Today I'd like to talk about creationism. I'm not quoting any video in particular, but I just have a few things to say about it. I can fully understand why someone would believe in young earth creationism if they were brought up and indoctrinated with it at a young age. However, I find it difficult to understand how anyone can be convinced by it at an older age. Venom Fang X is a prime example. Apparently he grew up accepting evolution, but sadly abandoned reason after hearing lectures by Kent Hovind. A hint to why someone could actually be convinced that the Earth is only 6,000 years old is if the person preaching it is extremely persuasive. Kent Hovind provides no evidence for the Earth being young, and he holds no scientific degrees. However, he does have the power of persuasion, a highly dishonest tactic. Kent Hovind clearly does not have the brain wiring for scientific comprehension. Because Venom Fang X was completely brainwashed by Kent Hovind, he is incapable of accepting any challenges to young Earth creationism. In fact, he ignores the evidence for evolution completely. There must be some good reason for believing something like this. It's possible this belief gives him and others comfort of some kind. It's probably why he disables comments, because it presents a challenge to the comfort he gets from believing in creationism. Whenever Venom Fang X or other creationists interpret a Bible passage literally, no scientific evidence to the contrary seems to be tolerated. A creationist who posts negative comments on an evolution video does not usually get censored. This is because a person who accepts evolution is not defending a belief that makes them comfortable, but rather allowing someone to speak up against a science because science is subject to scrutiny. However, since creationists do not understand science at all, they often get ridiculed. When urged to say exactly what their scientific theory is, creationists usually either don't respond at all, or they respond with a long list of false criticisms of evolutionary theory, as Kent Hovind has done. This certainly does nothing at all to demonstrate the scientific validity of creationism. If the creationists insist that scientists are using faulty aging techniques for rocks and fossils, for instance, then why don't they try using some aging techniques of their own other than using the genealogies in the Bible? Now, with regards to poning creationists, you probably notice that I don't cuss or call creationists names. This is because I try to speak professionally in my videos as best as I can. This is my style. If you wish for your opponent to take you seriously, it's my opinion to recommend professionalism. I don't insult creationists, but I do insult creationism. For instance, I often say creationism belongs in the Dark Ages alongside witch hunts and slavery. In conclusion, I would like to point out that I grew up in an evangelical family who believes in young earth creationism. I now accept evolution, and it was not because I was brainwashed by a persuasive science preacher. I accept evolution because I am intellectually honest and I did the research for myself. I was somewhat devastated to find out that creationism was false, but I accepted the reality of evolution anyway.